Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today I got some sniper gameplay. I realized that I haven't really been posting a lot of Recon gameplay all that often for the past couple of months. I kind of go in phases where I really love the class, and then I get frustrated by it, and I just completely ignore it for a couple of weeks. But I'm finally starting to get back in the swing of things. I'm finally starting to get my shot down, so I wanted to bring you guys some more Recon gameplay. And more specifically, I wanted to talk about a topic, or kind of a tactic, that I've been using with the MAV that I'm sure isn't new. I'm sure people have been using this entire time. I don't know why I haven't been using this tactic more often, but I don't really see YouTubers using it. I really don't even see people using the MAV all that often to begin with, and so I felt like this would be an interesting topic for a video. So you might be wondering what this crazy tactic is, and it's actually quite simple. I'm going to be demonstrating it throughout the entire video, and essentially what I do is I will place down an MAV near a location where I would like to head, and then once I get into a nice little hiding spot, I will deploy it up into the sky, kind of survey the area, check to see where the enemies are heading, make note of it, also spot for my allies just to make sure that they're not going to get flanked by those said enemies, and then I will kind of paint a roadmap in my head on how I want to approach that next objective. And I find that a lot of people use the MAV and the tugs as more of just a motion assist. I think that's fine. They'll place it down on, an objective or in a high traffic location, which is awesome. It really is a huge help to your team. But after trying this tactic out for a couple of days now, I've really discovered that this is really how you take advantage and get the full benefit out of the MAV. There are a lot of times when I will, deploy it up into the air. There will be a couple of enemies behind some rocks that normally I would have had no idea they were there. They were standing still, they were camping, so even if I did just place down the MAV, on the ground and use it as a motion assist or a motion sensor, I would have had no idea they were there. But because now I've used it, I've used the full potential out of the tool, I now know exactly where they are. I can flank them effectively and take them out, and it's awesome when you're able to pull that off. I've also noticed that since I've deployed this particular tactic that my kill-death ratio on the Recon class has increased quite significantly. I've gone in a couple of rounds where I'll go like 40 and 5, and it's simply because I know where all the enemies are. Not all the time, because of course my MAV is going to get shot down every once in a while, but I have just a lot better understanding of where everyone's heading, where the campers are, and then I'm just not getting flanked as much. And that's one of the problems that you need to get around when you play as a Recon, because if anyone it has you in their crosshairs and they get that suppression effect on you, you're going to have a very hard time taking them out. You're going to have to hide behind cover if you can get behind cover, wait for the suppression effect to fall, and then hopefully get that headshot off to finish them off before they get that next couple of shots off on you. And really, when I started to deploy this tactic, that wasn't happening as often. I was able to get the flank off on them. My kill-death ratio was increasing. I was capturing and taking objectives like it was my job, and overall just having a blast, which is exactly why you play video games. This doesn't work on every single map. I mean, I'm playing on Caspian Border, which is perfect for this type of tactic. You're not going to be able to use it on Grand Bazaar, or Strike at Karkin was okay because there are a fair amount of buildings. You're not going to be able to spot everyone. But if you play on something like Armored Shield, this is fantastic. It's basically just a larger version of Caspian Border. So if you do want to try it out, I would recommend something that's a little bit more open, like Armored Shield or Caspian Border. I should probably also mention it is a fantastic way at just simply figuring out where the action is on the battlefield. If you're like me, you've probably had those matches where you just feel like you're running from objective to objective and you really don't run into any enemies, and the entire time you're just like, oh come on, I just want to shoot at something. But when I started to use this, I would go up in the sky, and while my team, let's say, would have gas station on Caspian Border, and I would normally just head over there to try to find some action, I realized that there are about 5 to 6 people kind of flanking off to, the side to capture C. So instead of just wasting my time heading towards that objective, I now have a capture point where I know the action is going to be intense. I know that they're going to be heading that direction, so I can defend that capture point, and overall, I'm just going to have more fun and less running. Overall, this tactic really simply boils down to using the MAV more proactively. Not just using it as a motion sensor. I mean, granted, if you do just use it as that, I'm still going to love you for days. I still feel like there isn't enough Recons out there that use the tugs or the MAV, in that fashion. So if you do that, I'm still going to love you. But, if you have an MAV, fly it up in the sky for a couple of seconds. Survey the area, spot for your allies when you're heading towards an objective. Maybe place it on top of a rooftop so you're you're getting some motion assist when you actually do get onto the objective, and really just use it more proactively. It's a lot of fun to use when you have those moments where you flank a bunch of enemies just simply because you flew up in the sky for a couple of seconds. It is a pretty amazing experience. But that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the sniper gameplay. If you guys enjoyed the video or you want to support my channel, I always appreciate it when you give my videos a rating, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more. But until next time, guys, have a good one and take it easy.